Well, I have 48 years of experience and practice that I've had working with people and seeing the many different traumas they have and shocks they have that are blocking them. So I have learned through my own gifts how to facilitate people through these traumas. Basically, what I end up doing is I go deep inside of myself to my spiritual part of myself, and I connect up from myself to, which is my 8th chakra, which is right above my head, which is how you connect to others in God, to other people's chakras, which is their 8th chakra, how they connect to God and others. So I actually work through myself, higher chakra, to your higher chakra and back again. I developed the communication process of asking your higher self about issues and problems you have, and your higher self will direct me to how I need to facilitate that process. Many times the major way we have to do it is by releasing the memories of these traumas. See, when you have a trauma that happens to you, we have a holographic being around us, 3 to 5 feet. For something to come to us, it has to go through a holographic being, whether it be a physical trauma, emotional trauma, or a virus, a pathogen, or anything that comes through that energy field. Right away it alters our energy field. That's our memory field that we have. See, our brain is our hardware, but our aura is our software. And it has to go through that software first, so it alters the software memory. How we adapt to that is by our DNA, which is epigenetics replaced determined genetics 23 years ago, and our DNA will adapt for that interference with our holographic being. That allows us to adapt in life so we can continue using ourselves to adapt to it. But these traumas in that we have in life do alter our energy memory, alters our DNA memory, and then we are attached to that trauma. This is why these traumas are stuck with us. But by me going in and actually going in and clearing the DNA memory, then resetting the energy memory, allows the trauma doesn't have anything connected to it, so it can release that.
So David, you have, you have a unique background too that helps you with a lot of these concepts.
Yes.
You've been a physician your whole life, and you've studied many different modalities, and you've taken a more vitalistic approach to your duties as a physician than you have as a mechanistic.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit about what that means and how that translates for the people that are watching this video.
Okay. The world we live in, we have only 2 processes going on. We have a mechanistic world and we have a vitalistic world. Mechanistic world looks at us as actually like a machine, a mechanical being we are, and so now we can alter that machine by either giving it stimuluses orally taken in, or altering it with surgery, or changing things around it, trying to alter it. And there's times with traumas and certain things, there's a need for surgery and sometimes medication. But basically, they're looking for something outside you to try to make yourself better. That's a mechanistic approach. The difference between that is a vitalistic approach. Vitalistic approach says everything you have is within you. So it's about us connecting within ourselves and healing from the inside out, not from the outside in. So what I've spent my life doing is understanding the vitalistic approaches. I'm a very vitalistic person, and I've also ran my practice and clinical work I've done on a vitalistic manner, learning the different alternatives to deal with that. I've also seen the areas of most people's traumas, whether it's be mental, emotional, physical, or even spiritual traumas what people have. So what we end up doing is I have a process that I've learned by going from higher self to higher self. But what I would do is ask things to the higher self and let it help direct me. So it's kind of a universal partnership I develop. I develop a partnership with that person through my 8th chakra, their 8th chakra, and they see I'm connected to them, and they work with me and tell me internally what's wrong with them and what's going on with them. And I have the ability to locate the area. Then I can go in, see where the trauma's been done. And then I can reset the DNA. And actually I do resetting the DNA by visually seeing your binary DNA, which is a binary switch on and off, re-seeing the DNA actually switching on, actually hearing it click on, and then feeling the energy shift with it when that DNA puts on. And then we can go to the energy field, which is the next second memory base, and seeing that energy field shift, and feeling it shift, and hearing it shift. So then actually it releases up the energy involved with the whole situation, so you can release the trauma. And then the body, spirit, mind, or whatever connection you have in that part of yourself can actually release the trauma and let it go. And this allows you to facilitate you to a healing process so you can heal yourself. I am not a healer, I'm a facilitator, but I help facilitate you so you can heal yourself.
Does that mean you're also, I know people ask you sometimes, are you psychic? And so what are you actually seeing when you're seeing that DNA and seeing those traumas and shocks?
Okay. I am not psychic. I actually, I talk to higher self. Higher self directs me where we need to go. And then I also look at the area, and from that point, my visualization and my senses of hearing and also feeling, we can alter those things by using our senses to help shift and change that situation. By me helping facilitate myself to them, it allows them to release the trauma they have so they can let it go, and now they can start reintegrating a new life pattern, a new pattern that's going to serve them much better.
So your background and your medical background, I know, is very extensive, and I know you won't even talk about that because that's not important. But you do know how those systems work together, and you know how spirituality can actually impact the body, or like you said, the shock and the trauma. Yeah. But there's so much more than just my heart is not right or something is wrong. There's something that you've learned in Chinese medicine, neuroemotional technique, a lot of other different modalities that you pulled together.
Yes.
So can you tell me, and then I guess the folks that are watching, how does that work then in a classroom setting? Are you taking people individually and working on them, or how does that work? Maybe touch a little bit on that.
Yeah. In our class, we have a group of people anywhere from 18 to 20, maybe up to 32. What I do is, with working with the class, is in 2011 I went to Tibet, and I got this experience of spending a day with a Lama. He was a third and fourth generation Lama. It was not the Dalai Lama, but there's many Lamas in Tibet. And I got to spend a day with the Lama that lived in a cave. He's lived in a cave for 25 years. And the day I spent with him, he taught me about the 5 poisons: ignorance, greed, hatred, jealousy, and pride. By clearing these 5 poisons up, that allows us to come to step into our spirit, truly into our spirit. Where most people operate 7 and 9% in their spirit, this, after doing the 5 poisons, you will be 100% in your spirit. You operate at a total level. Your brain waves change, you change, your body lets down, you relax down, go into a more deeper mode. Relieve the 5 poisons and get back, people go into oneness. The whole group will go into oneness. And the energy will go to affinity. Oneness is a very unique area that you have to only experience. You couldn't understand it any other ways. But as the people come to oneness, I don't have to treat the 20 or 32 people. All they have to do is treat this one, the combination of all together. And as we facilitate that person, the oneness right there, they start releasing all 32, 20 or 32, start releasing all these blocks and traumas and shocks they have. So it allows them freedom up to be more and more their self. So it's the power of oneness that we're working with, and which is the energy is affinity. So there's no lack of energy, plenty of energy for me to facilitate. And as I facilitate them, that energy they have will heal themselves up. The power of oneness will actually start healing them.
So then actually what we do as far as the actual class is concerned, we have probably well over 400 things that we walk through that you're checking the energy for in each of the participants, well, in the oneness field.
Yeah.
And then correcting that. So
Yes.
whether there's something wrong with an AH receptor site, or if there's a problem with a knee, or a problem with what are the components of the immune system, you're simply correcting that for the whole group.
Yes.
And that could mean, my interpretation of that could mean that you're going to stop problems before they start.
Yes.
However, we can't say we're doing that, but and we don't know if we're doing that, but that's in essence what's happening.
Well, as the facilitation process that we do will allow you to go in and healing yourself up and healing up different areas of life. Yes, John is right about that. There's a lot of, I've spent almost 48 years right now understanding these major areas of people having problems, and I put them together in a group, and as we facilitate those, that frees you up, so you'll actually be preventing things in the future and allowing you to maintain your homeostasis much better.
So David, there is something going on in our planet right now, and it's obvious that, some call it the ascension process. I know that people are struggling to some degree, and I think the world reflects that as far as the chaos that we're experiencing. Do you see it that way? Is there this ascension process, something that we're changing? I know you said earlier about changing into a crystalline body.
Yeah.
And do you see that ascension process, or do you have any thoughts around that ascension process?
Yeah. I've seen it start accelerating in the mid-90s. The mid-90s, I started seeing people accelerate on an energetic level and many different levels. People starting to spiritually wake up more. And on the ascension process is exactly what John describes. We're going from organic beings into crystal being. We're going into more of a physical or organic being into more of an energetic being. Okay? This is a higher level function. And spirituality is all energy. And that's what we're actually going and ascending, becoming more spiritual beings.
And that means
at a much higher level than what we have been in the past.
And that means anything that doesn't serve now has to come up.
Yeah.
To clear.
Yeah, anything that doesn't serve you has to leave. So it's time to start letting go. And that's what we've done with this class we have. We have ability to facilitate people to let these blocks go. Energetic, physical, mental, emotional, chemical, and these different areas that are holding us back. And as you free these things up to let you let go of those, it allows you to go forward more.